Thanks for joining us today. I'm Sam Boyk, and this is Mile High Living. Now, if you've ever thought about becoming a published author, it certainly is a way to inspire others through storytelling and sharing your message. But not all publishers are created equal. At LANDON Press, they believe in the author's transformation. So the founder, Samantha Joy, also known as SJ, joins me right now. It's wonderful to have you here.
I'm so excited to be here.
Yeah, okay, so tell us, who is LANDON Press and who is this for?
So LANDON Press was inspired by a very interesting event in my life where I found out I was pregnant at my first writing retreat for my book. I wrote my first book and everyone around me was saying, "Can you help me? Can you help me?" And before I knew it, I was a writing coach, and after that, very shortly, I started a publishing company.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And I understand you say you're really author focused, not book focused. So how is this really different from traditional publishing?
And yeah, there's a couple ways we can get into that, but really
Sure.
high level, it's we focus on the author's transformation, and from there, an amazing book comes out of it, amazing marketing comes out of it, everything about their message is so pure and from the heart. And typically with traditional, there's a book proposal, there's already an outline, it's already maybe fully written, right? And for us, we meet authors at what we call word zero, really helping them not just through writing the manuscript, but the transformation that comes with it.
That's wonderful. And so there was something recently that you celebrated called Author Visibility Day. First, explain to us what this is and why this was so important to you to celebrate.
A big part of why I even got into publishing was that storytelling saved my life. It sounds really dramatic, but it was the way that I was stepping into my most authentic self, and it changed me. And so now a big part of this is putting the story out that these authors are moving through, right? They're moving through it in real time when they're writing the manuscript and learning themselves almost all over again, right, through these nonfiction books that they're writing. We do some fiction, but we typically focus on nonfiction. And so the Visibility Day was just a way to kind of take their stories off the page into real life. And that day was so transformative as well. It was really powerful for me too, watching.
Great. We have a couple of authors that you wanted to highlight. First, tell us a little bit about Katie and Chris.
They're local as well, which is wonderful. And they went through a really up and down journey through Chris's active addiction. And it was really beautiful because they came to LANDON Press because they couldn't find the book that they wanted and needed through their journey of navigating addiction. And so what their book really highlights and their story highlights is that there is this gray, right? And the gray is, it's not maybe the book that everyone gets or the AA or all of that, right? There is this custom path for each individual, for each couple, right? And then really also highlighting Katie's experience through the whole thing, right? There's so much focus on the person going through the active addiction and maybe not the loved one. They call it the anchor and the adrift, which is really powerful language, rewriting a lot of the story of addiction and destigmatizing.
Okay, and then also briefly tell us about Tammy.
Tammy, oh my gosh, so she's navigating a lot right now in real time. She went through writing her book. She actually chose to go through a divorce at that time, and her focus is really on not abandoning self and to be the model, right? Her book is A Daughter's Inheritance, and that has to do with what she inherited, but also kind of reconfiguring all that to have her daughter inherit something different.
Okay, and how about Serena, not
yes.
Serena,
Yes.
Serena.
Yeah, Serena, oh, she has such a powerful story. She is a daughter of immigrants. She grew up in a mixed race household, and there's this really deep theme in her book Unbound about self-expression, right? And how do I both honor all of my parents' sacrifices and everything they went through while also honoring self? And that is a place a lot of immigrant children have to navigate.
Okay, well, we have a special guest in studio. Why don't you come up and join us really quickly? Come on up to the couch right now.
Come on.
Yes, come on, you can do it.
Sit with me.
And so this is sort of the story behind the name of LANDON Press. Tell us more.
Okay, this is LANDON Hale. This is LANDON Hale. I found out the really quick story. Take a deep breath. The quick story is I found out I was pregnant with this beautiful human at my writing retreat, writing my first book. And I had a moment of, do I still go through with this? Do I do it? You okay? You nervous?
He's so excited.
He was very excited to be here. So
wave to all of the people right now.
And listen,
do it.
You're the reason. You're the reason LANDON Hale exists. Can I have a hug? Say one quick thing, yeah.
Oh my God.
Are you excited?
Thank you so much, Mom. I really appreciate this.
It's been a long journey.
You give me so up with me.
Come here. Thank you so much,
We
Tim.
love having him here, and we love talking to you as well. Before we go, what should people do if they're interested in taking steps to become a published author?
Oh, yes. Okay. They can reach out, landonhalepress.com. We always do free consults. We talk through whatever stage you're at. That's the best part is you don't need a full manuscript to speak with us. You just need a really strong idea, and we help you with the rest.
Awesome. Landon, can I get a high five?
Yes, you did great.
Yeah,
Let's do
sure.
it.
I'm great.
Boom! Yeah.
Thank
All right,
you.
thank you. Thank you both. And at Landon Hale Press, the transformation is real. It's not manufactured, and it's not AI. Vulnerable storytelling should be the center of book publishing. So to learn more, visit landonhalepress.com. This was a sponsored segment. Stay with us.